Well, good morning and happy Wednesday. What a beautiful start to the day we have in downtown Macon right now. The time is 6:31 on this April 19th. I'm Caitlin Heck. Let's send it over to Taylor. She has a look at your forecast for the rest of the day. And with a good start like that, Taylor, I feel like good things are coming.
Oh, I agree. Earth Day's on the way. We had the Pan-African Festival this weekend. I mean, a lot of good stuff coming. And thankfully, we have good weather to match it at least through Friday. Right now, cool but beautiful in Macon. Temperatures in the upper 40s. Area-wide, we're seeing some upper 40s and low 50s. Again, once we hit to around sunrise, that's when our coolest temperatures happen. So expect much warmer stuff through the rest of the morning. 50 now in Milledgeville, 47 in Cochran, 49 in Montezuma, 48 in Forsyth, and 46 in Thomaston. Dew point temperatures on the rise as winds start to change from the north to the southeast. That brings in a little more moisture, which can fuel some fog across the area. Seeing some patchy fog in Milledgeville and Eastman and a few parts of the outskirts of central Georgia. If you're heading any of those directions or live in those areas, please take your time and use your low beams as you're out on the roads. High temperatures today will be beautiful and warm under sunny skies in the mid 80s. The weekend could bring a couple showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. I'll break down the full 7-day forecast. It comes up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Taylor. This morning, Perry police continue their search for a missing woman. Police say someone last saw Gloria Giles of Perry Monday at 6 o'clock at her home on Meadowconte Court. Giles has multiple health conditions and needs her to take her medications. She does not drive and is known to walk around the area off Highway 127 near Talton Drive. Police say her daughter reported her missing yesterday around 7:30 at night. They searched for her until about 1:30 this morning, and they'll start their search again this morning at 9. If you have any information about where Gloria may be, you can call Captain Jason Jones at 478-988-2825. That number is at the bottom of your screen, 478-988-2825. A former band director at Mary Persons High School will serve at least 10 years in prison after admitting to improper conduct with a former student. District Attorney Jonathan Adams says Bryant Miles Benson pleaded guilty in Monroe County Superior Court. All 10 felony counts involved sexual exploitation of children and sexual conduct by a person with supervisory authority. A judge gave Benson a 40-year sentence, 10 to be served. He must pay a $100,000 fine, register as a sex offender, and surrender his teaching license. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is making moves to remedy a shortage of medical examiners. Central Georgia families have faced months-long waits for the GBI to deal with a backlog of autopsies.
So it was just the not knowing was a battle, because like I said, I was trying to draw my own conclusions based on the signs that were shown in those last moments.
Tawana Hogan lost her husband in August of 2020 and after 10 months of waiting, finally found out how he died. While she waited, legalities stalled because there was no cause of death, so the death certificate couldn't be finalized. Well, now Macon-Bibb County Coroner Leon Jones says a new hire at the GBI office will mean fewer families have to wait, and autopsies should be done in a more timely manner. And because there's a new medical examiner in Macon, Jones says autopsies won't have to be done in Atlanta, which will also save some time. Well, sex and labor trafficking are multi-million-dollar illegal industries, and sometimes people who escape pick up a criminal record in the process. Thanks to a recent law, victims of trafficking can get their records wiped clean. It's possible through the Vacatur for Human Trafficking Survivors Law. The convictions must be a direct result of trafficking. It's part of an effort to help victims heal by removing barriers to employment, housing, and other opportunities. Camilla Zolfagari, the executive director of Street Grace Mission, says she's helped about 80 sex trafficking survivors begin restoring their freedoms.
It holds them back from jobs. It holds them back from housing. And it really, it's one of these ongoing results and hindrances of their trafficking.
She says victims and attorneys who want help can contact them at streetgrace.org. In the Fulton County investigation into the 2020 presidential election, District Attorney Fonnie Willis filed a motion to remove the attorney representing 10 fake electors. The electors are Republicans who cast electoral college ballots falsely claiming Donald Trump won the 2020 election. In the filing, Willis says the attorney's representation of the 10 electors has become an ethical mess. The special grand jury's already issued a report recommending indictments against several people. The DA has yet to say if she plans to seek criminal charges. And the Fulton County Sheriff says he's cleaning house at the jail there, defending the timing of 3 of his top staff losing their jobs this week. This comes just 7 months after an inmate died in a filth at that jail. The Fulton County Jail was overcrowded and critics say inhumane when Sheriff Pat Labatt took office about 2 years ago. Labatt continues to defend the steps that he's taking to make things better. Those steps include ordering medical providers to see 1,000 inmates. But he says he hopes there is more funding in the future to help. Well, several projects for Macon Bibb are now going through after getting approval from commissioners last night. That includes more than $800,000 to buy about 200 radios for county deputies and firefighters that want to help first responders communicate better. Another big item, commissioners approved spending $500,000 to support the Daybreak Center. It's the day shelter providing services for Macon's homeless on Walnut Street. And commissioners okayed naming part of Millerfield Road for Jim Hickman. He's a former golf pro at River North and Bowden Golf Course and former coach of Mercer's golf team who died last year. And Bibb County Commissioners also hit the brakes on a Macon Transit Authority fare increase. Commissioners agreed to give the authority $375,000 to stop the hike. Critics say the bus fare increase hits many of Macon's neediest who use the bus for work and medical appointments. The proposed rate hike would have increased the price from $1.25 to $1.75. Paratransit would have increased $1. Well, police in Milledgeville are asking the city to increase their pay. Police Chief Dre Swikard said last week that they're short 13 officers and he expects more will quit if the pay doesn't go up. Patrol Commander Major Link Boyer says he's been with the Milledgeville Police Department for 10 years, but everyone he started with has quit. Boyer says starting officers get paid $36,000. They're losing them to Georgia College and the Baldwin Sheriff's Office, who pay almost $10,000 more a year. With the staffing shortages, officers are facing overwhelming work that would normally be spread across multiple people.
It becomes increasingly difficult every single day to say, why am I here? Why am I still here doing this? I want to be able to feed my family and be able to enjoy life as well.
Now, the police department is asking for a 20% pay increase, which would put the starting pay for a Milledgeville officer at $43,000.